Hey Internet, so today I'm doing a tutorial on Jane Quinby from Jane by Design. You guys left me a whole bunch of comments in some of my earlier videos pointing out the similarities between us, and I didn't really see it until I watched the show, and I absolutely adore it. I love fashion. My career path is more lawyerly, but other than that, if I was gonna be into high fashion and working in high fashion, I would pretty much be her. We have very similar personalities, and our coloring and general looks aren't a world apart either. We could be distantly related for sure. So I so enjoyed this show. Thank you so much for recommending it, and I've kind of gotten inspired from it to put together a tutorial based on her quirky style. I absolutely adore it. It's sort of retro with hints of other eras in it. There's sometimes a little bit of 80s thrown into her style, sometimes a little bit of color blocking. It's just really interesting and surprising. I also see her wearing really classic pieces like her beautiful red dress from the celebrity party, and I absolutely adore that kind of classic look. So this look just kind of takes some of all of that and puts it together in a casual, summery sort of outfit and makeup look. So it's very similar in some ways to the Snow White tutorial that I created, but it's more toned down, more wearable, more long wearing, and just a little bit warmer and more casual, I suppose. So just to tell you a little bit about the fashion pieces, as always, I'm wearing a sort of retro inspired but pretty casual and comfy because it's a stretchy cotton-based fabric. It's from Max, and it has these nude pink polka dots all over it, so it's a little bit retro. And then I just kind of paired it with some brighter jewelry because I like the contrasting colors that she sometimes wears. It's a little bit more adventurous than my personal style, and I like to sometimes stray outside of my comfort zone, especially for these tutorials. So I just wore some dark red beads and some little beaded red earrings as well. They kind of pop with the hibiscus lip, which has a little bit of pink and red in it. I'll show you the sort of easy long wearing product that I used to create that. So that's it for fashion. Let's get right into the tutorial so I can show you how I put it together. So I've already applied my favorite Tarte foundation and done my eyebrows as per my regular routine. If you want to see how I do that, then you can click here for my recent tutorial. Then I prime my eyelids using my favorite primer potion, which is the Urban Decay in Eden. The first eyeshadow I'm going to use is my new shadow from MAC in Sweet Satisfaction. I don't know why I didn't purchase this shadow before. It's from the Pro Longwear line, and it is just outstanding quality. I'm going to apply it all over the lid. There's a piece of cat fur on my brush. I'm going to apply it all over the lid with a fluffy brush. This one is from Sephora. And it is just a lovely, warm nude that looks just like my skin, but that much better. And I just love it for any kind of natural eye look. It's great for summer. It is very long wearing. And I'm going to concentrate that on the eyelid. Next, before I forget, I'm going to line my inner eye rims with my Stila Kajal eyeliner in the color Topaz. And this is just such a nice eye brightening trick. If you tend to have tired under eyes like I do, then this can really brighten things up nicely. And then finally, I'm going to be using one of my favorite drugstore eyeshadow sets. This is the CoverGirl set in Shimmering Sands. It has some really nice colors. I opted not to use the middle color, but rather to use my MAC shade because the MAC Sweet Satisfaction has a little bit more pigmentation and a little bit less shimmery frost to it, so it looks a little bit more natural, but you could definitely substitute this for a slightly taupier, shimmerier look. I'm going to go in with the lightest shade. This one is called Champagne. It does come as a single as well, but I've run out of my single and I absolutely adore it. You can see how immediately when I apply it in my inner eye corner and under my brow, it illuminates everything, but it just looks really nice. Like, it's such a high quality eyeshadow. It's really outstanding. And then I'm going to go in with the darkest shade in this one. I'm not actually too sure what this one is called, but it's a really nice medium brown. It doesn't have a ton of pigment to it, but it's very smooth. So it's awesome as a summer crease color because it doesn't leave too much of a cut crease behind. It just looks very smooth, like a natural shadow. Next, I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Drama Bold Brown Eyeliner. This is a long wear eyeliner, awesome if you have long hours in the fashion industry or the legal industry like me. And I'm just going to apply that to the outer corner of my eye, and I really just don't care. I'm throwing caution to the wind. It doesn't matter how this looks because I'm just going to blend it out in a second. I'm going to pull just a little bit underneath, just in the corner. Next, I'm going to use this little trick, which is an oldie but a goodie in my tutorials, which is to use a concealer brush to blend out outer corner eyeshadows instead of a pencil brush. I find that the synthetic fibers in this Sigma one work really well to do that with, and I'm just going to pat a little bit more of that CoverGirl shadow into it and just blend out that eyeliner a little bit, pull it out into the corner with little flicks. Next, I'm going to go with, you guessed it, my all-time favorite eyeliner. This is, oops, I'm smudging it on my hand, with my Dolly Winks liner in black. And just do a thin line. You can see I've done it here on the other side, and it's not too winged out upwards, if that makes sense. So it's more of a straight wing. It's a little bit more modern than a truly retro wing would be, which would tilt upwards and be a little bit more dramatic. So there's the finished wing, and it always looks a little bit weird without mascara, doesn't it? So today I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Voluminous. So that finishes off the eye look, and then now we are just going to apply some blush because Jane has really lovely sort of blushed looking cheeks. They're natural and fresh and young, and I love that. So I'm going to use my favorite Sonia Kashuk blush brush, and I'm going to go in with my Benefit Coralista. You guys have probably seen this before. It is my favorite box blush from the whole Benefit line. I just love how lit up it looks, and it has the perfect coral tint for my skin tone. I just think it's so pretty, and it has just the right amount of pigment in my books because it's still just a little bit sheer. It lets your skin shine through. It doesn't look too heavy, but it also has a really nice color to it. You can see the difference already. And I'm just going to apply that to the outside of my cheeks. I don't want to apply too much highlighter because the eyes are pretty illuminated, but I am just going to go in and apply a little bit of my particularly squashed NARS Copacabana highlighter. Not even properly on the cheekbones, but almost where the eyeshadow ends. It just really makes me look nice and awake and fresh, and it emphasizes the sort of fair skin, Snow White vibe to this look because it is a lighter highlighter than most of the others that I own. And then for the lips, I've opted not to apply a cream product, but rather a lip stain. I adore these CoverGirl Outlast felt tip pens. They're really awesome. They last forever on your lips, and one of my favorite colors that they have is the color 415. It's on the darker side of the ones that they have, but it's not the darkest. So it still has that kind of natural lips vibe, but it definitely also has a berry, almost hibiscus tint to it. It's really pretty. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lips. I applied lip balm earlier, but I made sure to wipe it off because these apply best on lips that have nothing on them. That's how they apply the most smoothly and so that they last the longest as well. So that is what it looks like when you finished applying it. It's just really nice and soft, but still very punchy and retro looking. And just to finish off the lip look and make it look just a little bit more juicy, since her lips do look very defined and nice, I am going to go in with my NYX lip gloss in the color Copper Penny. Yes, Copper Penny. And this is just a really pretty pinky rust. And just apply that to the middle of the lip. Has a nice sort of fruity taste to it. I like it. So that is the finished tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this Jane by Design look that I created. Thank you so much again for recommending the show to me. I don't think I would have discovered it if it weren't for you guys. I'm going to go off and show off my polka dots. I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye!